second graders, Miss Uriel here from Citizenship Academy with your next lesson in Module 3. We're already on Lesson 10. Awesome job. So we're continuing with base 10, those ones, tens, hundreds, thousands, but today we're going to kind of transfer it to the real world. So we've been talking a little bit about money in base 10s, right? Our $1 bills, our $10 bills, and even our pennies and dimes. Today, we are going to figure out how many $10 bills we can change for a $1,000 bill. All right, before we get into that, number one, make sure you have something to write with and something to write on. You're going to need it today. And then we're going to start with some fluency practice. So we're going to start with pennies and dimes. How much is a penny worth? Very good, 1 cent. We could also call that 1 1, okay? 1 1. How much is a dime worth? What's the value of a dime? Good, 10 cents, or we can also call that 110. So a penny is 1 1 or 1 cent. Value is 10 cents or 110. So we're going to count pennies. Now, we're going to find ways to exchange those pennies into a dime. How many pennies do we need to exchange for a dime? How many pennies are we going to need to equal the value of a dime? Good, 10, absolutely. So we're going to start by counting pennies and dimes, and then we're going to exchange them as needed. So let's start here. We're going to start counting dimes. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81. We're switching to pennies. 82, 83, 84, 85. How much cents do we have here? 85 cents. Awesome. Can we change our pennies into a dime? Do we have enough? No. Very good. All right, let's keep counting. Start with dimes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95. 95 cents. Awesome. Do we have enough pennies to change for a dime? Not yet. All right, let's keep going. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100 cents. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 105 cents. In this one, do we have enough pennies to exchange it for a dime? Very good. We need how many pennies to exchange it for a dime? 10. So we can take these 10 pennies and exchange them for a dime. So here we go. Let's try again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. That was a lot easier to count. Now we're going to add on our leftover pennies. 101, 102, 103, 104, 105, 106, 107, 108, 109, 110. What can we do with those pennies? Do we have enough to exchange it for a dime? Very good. We have 10. All right, let's exchange it for a dime. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, which is also equal to $1. 110, 111, 112, 113, 114, 115, 115 cents. Do we have enough to exchange for a dime? Nope. All right, let's count again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. 110, 120, 120 cents. Easy peasy, no extra ones on that one. Let's count again. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 121, 122, 123, 124, 125, 125. Do we have enough pennies to exchange for a dime? Very good. We ended with 125 cents. Okay, let's get into it. If you have your paper and pencil, get them out now. If a parent or a sibling or a friend is at home with you, tell them to come join you because I want you to be able to talk this through with somebody. So I'm going to tell you a little story. We're going to help this friend of ours figure out their problem using what we know about ones, tens, hundreds, base 10, all that stuff. Okay. Jan is a second grader. She was playing in the attic and found an old, dusty trunk. When she opened it, she found things that belonged to her grandfather. There was a cool collection of old coins and bills in an album. One bill was worth $1,000. Wow. Jan lay down and started daydreaming. She thought about how good it would feel to give as many people as she could a $10 bill. She thought about how she felt on her birthday last year when she got a card from her uncle with a $10 bill inside. That would make me feel pretty good too. But even more, she thought about how lucky she felt one snowy, cold day walking to school when she found a $10 bill in the snow. Maybe she could quietly hide the $10 bill so that lots of people could feel lucky like she did on that cold day. She thought to herself, I wonder how many $10 bills are equal to $1,000 bills. I wonder how many people I could bring a lucky day to. What a nice person. So what I want you to do is pause the video, and with someone at home, or if there's nobody at home that you can talk to me. I want you to summarize this story. Kind of tell me what you remember about the story and what Jan wants to figure out. So pause the video, do that now. Good, yeah. So she found the the bill that equals $1,000. She wants to break it down and into $10 bills so she can make a lot of people happy by sharing $10 bills. So I want you to take as much time as you need, work with someone at home, and use any strategy you want to figure out how many $1,000 bills are in a $10 bill. Okay? We want to know how many people Jan can give $10 bills to. So pause the video, take a couple minutes, use whatever strategy you want, and try and solve that. You might want to do it now because within your exit ticket, there's a very similar question. So practice it now. How many $10 bills are in a $1,000 bill? So pause and solve. All right, you got your answer, you have your strategies. So I'm going to show you a couple different people's work that I've seen. I'm going to show you Brandon, Pedro, and Wanda's work. And I want we're going to look at their work. I'm going to have you turn and talk to somebody at home about what you see, and then we'll talk about it together. So, this is Brandon's work. He used $100 bills, counted to 500, and then notice that there were 50 tens plus 50 tens in each 500 set of 500, so that would equal 100 tens. So $110 bills are equal to a $1,000 bill. So he used the $100 bills and broke it down into tens because he knew the relationship between hundreds and tens. Did you solve the problem this way or a different way? Thumbs up or thumbs down. This is just one way to do it. He used his knowledge of $100 bills, broke down 1,000 into $100 bills. Now we're going to look at Pedro's work. I'm going to pause. I want you to pause here, and I want you to talk with someone at home about what Pedro did. I'm going to add his little tens work here. Pause, talk with someone at home about what Pedro did. Good. So to me, looks like Pedro made a number bond. And what he did was similar to what Brandon did in counting by hundreds. So he counted all the way he counted how many 100s are going to equal 1,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then he broke that down. He knows there are 10 tens in each 100. So he said 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. He broke down each of the sets of 100 and counted by tens because he knows there's 10 tens in each 100, counted around his number bond and got to 100 tens. So Pedro and Brandon got the same answer. Did you solve it this way or did you solve it a different way? That's fine. They both got the same answer using different strategies. That's awesome. And you might have done something different too. All right. I'm going to show you one this work. So I want you to take a second, look through this with someone and talk to them about what one did. Pause the video, turn and talk. Got it? So Wanda's work is there's a lot more numbers in it. So she started by counting to figure out how many tens there were in 100. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There are 10 tens in 100. Now, if we count by hundreds, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there are 10 hundreds in 1,000. Sorry. So what we can do is realize that means there are 100 tens in 1,000. We can line these up, boop, 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 and know that $110 bills equals $1,000. Again, a totally different strategy. Thumbs up if you solved it that way. Good. All right, I'm going to show you one more. Sammy, Olga, and Marcella made a number line. So what they did is they started at 0 and counted to 1,000. And they counted by 10 tens. 10 tens equal 100. So they counted 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 1,000. So each each of these is 100. So 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. $110 bills are equal to $1,000, right? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 is the same, is equal to 1,000. So the $110 bills, they broke it down into 10 segments, into hundreds, and they still got to 1,000. So every single person, no matter what strategy they used, whether they used the number line, whether they used a number bond, whether they wrote the relationship between tens and hundreds, whether they drew $10 bills, $100 bills, whatever strategy you use, that is more than okay. What's important is that we figured it out using our own strategies, using our own way of thinking. But everybody got to the same answer of $110 bills is equal to $1,000. So how many people can Jan give $10 bills to? 100. Perfect. So what you're going to do on your exit ticket today is very, very similar to what we just did. Wink, wink. So your question today says, answer the following question using words, pictures, or numbers. So you can use a strategy you used on your own or any of the strategies you watched in the video. So this says, Jerry wonders how many $10 bills are equal to an $1,000 bill. You're going to draw, you're going to write number sentences, you're going to write relationships between numbers, you're going to do number lines, you're going to do a number bond, whatever makes sense to you to solve. You need to answer the question, can I draw something? What can I draw? What can I learn from my drawing? And you're going to tell me what the answer is in a sentence. Okay, you're going to type your sentence into this Google form. Okay, you got this. Use the strategies from the video or use your own strategy, whatever makes sense for you, to solve using your knowledge of base 10. You got this. Have fun. I'll see you next time.